welcome back to Brick Gaming YGO. Today I'm going to be talking about how to beat Dragun Invoked. And this deck is really good. And I'm going to go over a couple different strategies you can use, a couple different techs, just some different options for you to defeat the deck. Now the first options are a lot of going first cards. So let's start off with the monsters. Artifact Scythe is really good going first, especially if you're able to pop it off during your opponent's turn either with Tornado Dragon, or if you're playing Sanctum, you can definitely make this work. This completely will shut down the deck unless they open Ash or some other card, but it's very likely that this can just shut down the deck first turn, and you'll have to worry about Dragun Invoked Dragun Red Eyes, or really a lot of the Invoked extra deck stuff. But not all decks can really play this card or really fit in, and a lot of people would rather side deck it, so it's a good side deck option, or if you have room, a good main deck option. Next is the whole Union Carrier combo. If you can pull off the Union Carrier combo going first, that can really shut down the deck. Really their best outs would be like Cosmic Cyclone, Twin Twister, something like that, but it's not super likely that they'll open those cards, or if they even play those cards, it's more or less just a chance you're going to have to take. But if they can't out this first turn, you can usually just go in and defeat them during the next turn. So this card really helps you win the game super fast, and a lot of decks can utilize Union Carrier and can definitely utilize this card in it. Next, number 41, Baguska. If you're playing rank 4 and you know that you're going up against Dragun Invoked, or if you are going like into game 2 or game 3, this card can really just out the deck once they have impermanence or some other card, but this card can really just win that matchup going first, so you don't have to play that many links now, especially since it's technically Master Rule 5, and this card can just straight up win in games. So those are for the monsters for going first. For the traps, Imperial Order is always an option, or anti-spell. If you're able to stun your opponent, if you're playing a deck where you don't really play that many spells, this card can be super broken against them, and you should be able to just win super quickly against the deck. Next option would be Solemn Judgment. Really what you want to hit in the deck is either the Invoked summon, if they decide to go with the Invoked plays, or hitting the Predaplant summon. And those are the two things that you really want to hit in the deck. Go without the Predaplant guy, it's very unlikely that they're going to be able to do much once they open the Red Eyes fusion spell. And if they open up that Invoked boy, well, they can make Mechaba, and then it can become much harder to prevent them from comboing off. So what you're going to want to do is hit one of those two summons depending on which route of play they decide to go with. Another option, very similar to Solemn Judgment, is Solemn Strike. Solemn Strike basically does the same thing in this respect, but Solemn Judgment does offer a few more advantages, such as spell and trap negation, but Solemn Strike still does the same thing, and if you're able to fit any of these cards into your deck, they can be very useful in that matchup. Next card is a card that works either going first or second, and that is Super Polymerization. If you're going first and you open this card, boom, you have it set face down, and you can get rid of 2 of your opponent's cards. Or, if you're going second, this can easily break the board because your opponent can't respond to the activation. So, this allows you to out your opponent's board. Sure, yeah, give up a little bit of extra deck space, but if you have the room in your extra deck, this really just can outright win against the deck, and make it so your plays are uninterrupted during your turn. The next card, we're basically going second cards. The first one is Effect Veiler. So Effect Veiler can be interchanged with Impermanence. So either way, Effect Veiler or Impermanence, that really helps out a lot. And the card you're looking to hit with this card is definitely either the Invoked boy or the Predaplant guy. So either way, depending on which, once again, depending on which route play your opponent decides to go with, this card can just straight up out what your opponent is doing. And in my opinion, Effect Veiler and Impermanence are really good options. It doesn't have the same removal as like Solemn Judgment or Solemn Strike of getting rid of one of those guys, but it basically shuts down the play, and unless your opponent hard draws like their bricks, you could say, this card will definitely come in clutch and can definitely win some games. Next card, and this card I think is kind of on the same level of Veiler or Impermanence, maybe better in some respects, maybe worse in some respects, and that is Ash. Ash is super amazing against this deck, and it can definitely put on a lot of work. And this also basically does the same things in a lot of respects as Veiler, such as stopping the Invoker from searching, or preventing the Predaplant guy from sending. This card can be pretty good. depending on what you hit. So it really comes down to decision making. And finally, something that a lot of going second decks play already and can definitely put in a lot of work is anything that are like kaijus or anything like Lava Golem. So like Lava Golem, kaijus, or even Spear Mode. All those cards can put in a lot of work. Sure, a lot of people side deck them unless you're playing with a going second deck, but these decks can just straight up out the Dragun. And also, if your opponent just does Mecha but pass, it can out that. Or if your opponent does a full field, Lava Golem can definitely be an out. Spear Mode, if your opponent overextends, can definitely be an out. All those cards are really good. And so those were the 10 cards that I would definitely recommend. There's definitely other cards out there that you could play in against that matchup, but those are 10 that I'm thinking of being very format defining right now. So let me know what you guys think below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.